Hey gamers, welcome to Vlog Matters number 20. In this vlog, I want to go over some of the new features we have added to Super Wall Crash. I'm going to click play here, and we'll see in the upper left corner right away that there is a coin UI element, and then the number of coins I have picked up. Now I'll click run here. As I'm running, you can see that the character down here has changed too. We'll talk about that in a second. So if I hit some things, you'll see some of the, there's some new bugs related to the life up in the upper left corner, and the speed. So if I hit this, I might just go, yeah, a lot faster than I used to, and that's a temporary bug. As I'm playing now, once in a while, I will see a coin appear right there. Pick that guy up, and then it's supposed to only add one coin. That is part of the same bug as the speed and the damage thing. So the problem is that we've got these little character guys now that have multiple parts on them, and each part of them is marked as a different body part, but basically under the same tag. So when that tag collides with something, it subtracts from the player's life, adds the coin, speeds the character up, etc. But since there's like 5 or 6 of these on the character, it multiplies basically whatever you are getting hit with or multiplying by 4 or 5. So you can see I'm a lot faster now, and I'm only at about 100 distance. Usually the distance isn't too bad until you get into the mid 200s to higher 200s. So as we go through this, we'll go a lot faster. This is probably going to look super blurry on the rendered vlog. Oh gosh, this is hard to watch. Missed that coin there. So eventually what the coins will do is you can use them to purchase things. Ooh, I'm hitting everything. Luckily the bushes in this zone don't hurt you right now. Otherwise I would be dead already. You can see there's some flickering lights on the character here. Those characters were just put in as the last feature, so basically they haven't been touched at all while they were in the engine. Let's try and avoid all of this stuff and get another coin. So the coin spawn needs to be tweaked a little bit. It's set pretty low right now. We haven't determined what the prices for things are going to be. Okay, there I died. I think this is a new thing. It says tap and earn 20 coins. That coin amount could change. This doesn't really do anything right now, but eventually this will come up at different points. It won't always say tap and earn 20 coins, and then you'll be able to view an ad through Unity ads, earn some coins. In the upper right, you can see there is a 236. That's my high score, and it says best 394. You didn't see it, but what it did is as soon as you died, it auto saves and loads. Now when you start the game, it automatically loads when you die, and I think in some other cases it automatically saves behind the scenes. It saves things like your coin amounts and your highest score, and eventually your unlocked characters. This menu, I don't know if I've gone over it, but like I said, this thing is kind of like, I don't know if you've ever played Crossy Road, but in Crossy Road terms, these don't always show up at the same exact time. Sometimes it, lets you run a few times before you can watch another ad and stuff like that. And I like that concept because I don't like forcing ads down the player's throat. There's a couple of other options here. They don't do a whole lot. Share doesn't do anything right now. Probably do some integration with, is it called EveryPlay? I think it is. It's Unity's version of sharing like screenshots and videos. Play resets the scene, and then this is the settings button. This settings menu doesn't have a whole lot in it right now. Again, this character should be exploded, but we haven't integrated these new characters' death animations quite yet. This settings menu is generic, so if I go back and I replay it, you can see there's a settings button down here. Brings up the same settings menu. Can go back. Now this down in the bottom left corner is a character select option. If I click that, you can see we've got these different little goofy, really temporary placeholder models. Obviously this UI is real simple, not finished by any means because we've got the same arrow things all over the place. The bottom right, 0 out of 4. It's supposed to say the number of unlocked characters you have. Right now it just is statically 0 out of, and then it just does a count of however many it loads. You can see there's an alien, demon, orange man, and purple lady. So those names come from components on those objects as we load them in. And then if I go and I pick one, so remember I was playing as orange man before. If I go pick alien, and I start the scene, you can't see because I'm stuck behind a tree, but you can see I am now the green alien. So basically you have this real simple character select menu that's in there right now, which is kind of nice because we can extend off of that and add, oh, get the coin, nice. You can extend off of that and add more characters in the future. And the nice thing about that screen is that in terms of our development, after we create the character and apply, oh, nice, apply whatever we need to that character to get them into the game, we can basically just drop them into that directory and it just automatically loads them. There still needs to be some work done behind the scenes on which ones are unlocked and what unlocks them. We'd like to do something similar to Crossy Road where the number of coins you have allows you to randomly win unlocked characters, and in some cases some characters are, you know, special event kind of characters, and characters you can find within the game would be nice. And then also it would be cool if we could have characters have different custom abilities, but I have to look into how we're going to do that. Things like, instead of having 25 health for every character, maybe have one character have a higher amount of health. Not so sure about if we're going to do that yet. That's something we need to think about. And then the other thing we need to think about is when you start a run, if we're going to let you have an option to choose like a modifier for this run. If you've ever played, I think it's Jetpack Joyride, it lets you choose different things to start your runs with. And those things are like, start with a faster speed, automatically shoot to like 200 meters, and then start from there, and it just automatically it doesn't hurt you as you shoot through all that stuff real quick. I don't know if we're gonna do that yet, but if we're using this coin structure, I think we could, and I think it would work fine. Just have like, I just want to do like one. I don't want it so you like have a whole bunch of stacking ones. I think it was like Sonic, that runner game for the mobile thing, mobile devices, where you can pick like multiple or something. I think it's too much for me. I just want like one thing. I just want you to pick one starting modifier if you want one at all, and then just start with that. And I think that'd be a good use for the coins. So let's play this one more. There's a bug with these guys. The enemies right now, they kind of walk through the ground to get to you. They kind of go towards the player position, and I think it's something to do with these new models, these new player models. Obviously those walls disappearing was a bug. I've actually never seen that before. I think it's a problem with these models with their center point, I think, is around their feet. And I think the enemies are like, oh, I need to get to that center point, so I'm gonna move on the Y. And I looked at some of the code, but I didn't really tweak it at all to, oh, missed that coin. Didn't tweak it at all to make it so the enemies don't start clipping through the ground to get to me. Again, changing that coin. God, we gotta fix that bug. That bug sucks. You can see when I get hit by something, a single hit, instead of taking 1 point of damage off, it takes like 4 or 5 off. Looks like we've got a profiler bug down there, but we'll have to work on that stuff. Most of that stuff's pretty cleaned up. We usually don't get too many runtime errors. Let's see, pause this, go back in, we got settings. This originally was considered a bug where these particle emitters don't stop emitting particles when you pause it, but I kind of like the look of it. The only problem is, I don't know if you've seen this resume countdown was tweaked a little bit. I think when you die, so I just died. If I go into settings, not only is my guy gone, but the particles from the destroyed objects are not gone, and that's because I think we hide or destroy. I think we hide basically the renderer and we allow the particles to continue, and I think we need to stop the particles after some point, after it's been destroyed, and then at that point destroy the entire object. So yeah, we have some work to do, but there's actually quite a good base here, especially with that new character select screen. It's kind of nice that you can pick a new person and immediately start with them. There's definitely a lot to go on that screen and a lot to go in the base game, but it's feeling more like a complete experience in terms of all the additional things we wanted to add into the game. Of course, we've got the whole base there for adding more levels and stuff in the future, but adding more characters and stuff is something we didn't have that we have now, and we have the first few steps towards integrating a way of unlocking them and a way of earning them and other things through playing the game, which is kind of a cool idea. Just in the entire process of making the game is finally putting something in that the player can strive towards, other than just a high score. They actually have things that they should attempt to do while they're navigating and trying to dodge these things, which is usually always one of the goals of an infinite runner, whether it's procedurally generated or not. Now I'm just clipping straight through things because I'm going too fast. Okay, that was enough for this this vlog. We'll talk in a little while about some new items. Hopefully we'll have some of this stuff cleaned up and we'll see some of those bugs go away. Okay, I will see you next time.